Welcome to this exciting journey of understanding data types in statistics. Today we will explore two fundamental data types that are crucial for anyone diving into the world of data analysis: categorical data and numerical data. So let's dive into the fascinating world of categorical data with a simple question: what reflects our shopping habits? Imagine you are handed a survey from with a survey form with the question: do you prefer shopping at social or at a local market or a big supermarket? The question falls under the category of the categorical data, where we are categorizing the people's shopping preferences into two distinct options. First up, we have nominal data. Imagine you are organizing fruits into groups, but there is no specific order to these groups. When we choose between the local markets and big supermarkets, it's like assigning the label to each shopping preferences. Now consider ordinal data. This like arranging your shopping preferences in a meaningful order. For instance, if you rank local market as your first choice and big supermarkets as your second choice, you are indicating an order of preference. The person at the counter smiles and marks a tally on the survey form. So every time you choose between options like local markets and big supermarkets, you are engaging with categorical data, helping us understand trends and preferences in a structured way. The person places the completed survey form onto a growing stack of forms. The categorical data is a powerful tool in data analysis, guiding us to make sense of our choices and preferences. Remember, whether it's about groceries, anything else, understanding categorical data opens doors to insightful discoveries. Stay curious and keep exploring. The decision of whether to shop at local market or a big supermarket is a personal one, with different people having different preferences. Some people prefer the convenience of big supermarkets with their wide selection of products and long hours of operations. Others prefer the atmosphere of the local markets with their fresh products, produce, friendly vendors, and unique offerings. Here is some nominal data that can be used to analyze a decision. The age of the shopper. Younger shoppers are most likely to prefer big supermarkets, while older shoppers are more likely to prefer local markets. The dietary restrictions of the shoppers. Shoppers with dietary restrictions, such as vegans or those with allergies, may prefer local markets, which often have a wide selection of specialty food. The local location of the shoppers who live in urban areas are more likely to prefer the big supermarkets, while the shoppers who live in rural areas are more likely to prefer local markets. The budget of the shopper. The shoppers with a limited budget are more likely to prefer local markets, while the shoppers with a larger budget are more likely to prefer big supermarkets. Of course, these are just a few factors that can influence a shopper's decision. Ultimately, the best way to decide whether to shop at a local market or a big supermarket is to consider your own individual needs and preferences. Here is a personal narration on my own preference for shopping. I prefer to shop at local markets because I like the atmosphere and the variety of the products. I also like to support local businesses. However, I do sometimes shop at big supermarkets, especially if I need to specific product that I can't find at a local market. I think nominal data is a useful way to analyze the decision of whether to shop at a local market or a big supermarket. It can help us to understand the different factors that influence people's preferences, and it can help us to make a more informed decision about where to shop. So now let us come to a conclusion about the nominal data. This is the simplest form of the categorical data. It represents categories without any order or ranking. For example, colors, gender, or types of fruits. In our grocery example, the choice between the local markets and the supermarkets is nominal data. There is no inherent other between the two options. I would give the variety of products available at the store a 5 out of 5. There is a wide variety of items to choose from, including groceries, clothing, electronics, and home goods. I was able to find everything I need for my shopping trip. I was even able to find some item that I didn't know I needed. The prices were also very reasonable, and the staff was friendly and helpful. I would definitely recommend this store to anyone looking for a variety of products. Here is a more detail about my experience. I entered the store and was immediately struck by the wide variety of products on display. There was aisles of the groceries, clothing, electronics, and home goods. I wandered around for a while, taking in all the different options. I was particularly impressed with the selection of the groceries. There were variety everything I could think of, from fresh produce to frozen foods to canned goods. I also liked the selection of clothing. There was something for everything from the casual wear to formal wear. I finally decided to buy some groceries and some new clothes. I was happy to see that prices were very reasonable. I also appreciated the fact that the staff was friendly and helpful. They were happy to answer my questions I had, and they even helped me to find the item I was looking for. I left the store feeling satisfied with my shopping experience. I was able to find everything I needed, and I was even able to find some items that I didn't know needed. The prices were reasonable and the staff was friendly and helpful. I would definitely recommend this store to anyone looking for a variety of products. Here is my ordinal data rating of the variety of products available at the store, at their store. So satisfaction level 5 out of 5, reasonable of satisfaction, wide variety of products, reasonable prices, friendly and helpful staff, areas of improvement, none that I can think of. Overall, I am very satisfied with the variety of products available at this store. I would definitely recommend it to anyone looking for wide selection of items at reasonable prices. So on scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with the variety of products available? That is the ordinal data. So let us see the conclusion about the ordinal data. This type of data has categories with a specific order or ranking. However, the differences between the categories might not be uniform. In the survey, the satisfaction level 1 to 5 falls into ordinal data. While we know there's an order, the difference between 3 and 4 might not be the same as the between 4 and 5. Let's discuss about the discrete numerical. I go grocery shopping about 3 times a month. This is a discrete numerical data because it is count of my number of times I go grocery shopping, and it can only take on a whole number values. It is not continuous because it cannot take on any fractional values such as 3.5 times a month. There are few reasons why I go grocery shopping 3 times a month. First, I like to buy fresh products, fresh products, and I find that it is better to buy it more often than less often. Second, I live in a small apartment, so I don't have that lot of storage space. This means that I can't buy a lot of lot of groceries at once, and I have to go back to the store more and more often. Third, I like to try new recipes, and I find that I need to go to the store more often to get them ingredients I needed. I think that my grocery shopping frequency is pretty typical for someone who lives alone. I know some people who go grocery shopping more often, and I know some people who go grocery shopping less often. It's really depends on your individual needs and preferences. Here are some other factors that can influence how many times someone goes grocery shopping in a month. The size of the household. The larger households will need to go grocery shopping more often than smaller households. The dietary restrictions of the household. The households with dietary restrictions may need to go to grocery shopping more often to find the specific food they need. The location of the household. The households that live in the rural areas may need to go grocery shopping more often than the households that live in the urban areas. The budget of the households. Households with a limited budget may need to go grocery shopping more often to find the best deals. Ultimately, the number of times someone goes grocery shopping in a month is personal decision. There is no right or wrong answer. It's really depends on your individual needs and preferences. So how many times do you go grocery shopping in a month? So from that we can come to the conclusion of the discrete numerical data. So let's see about the conclusion of the discrete numerical data, that this data consists of distinct separate values that usually come from counting. For example, the number of times someone goes grocery shopping in a month is a discrete numerical data. You can't go 2.5 times. It has to be a whole number. Let's discuss about the numerical data. The numerical data represents the quantities and can be measured. It's like measuring how much of something you have. Discrete and continuous are two types of numerical data. Let us discuss about the continuous numerical data. The average monthly spending on groceries for one person is in the United States is $250. This is the continuous numerical data because it can take on any real number value, not just a whole number values. It is not discrete because it cannot take on any integer value such as 250. However, the average monthly spending on groceries can vary depending on numerical factors such as location. The cost of groceries can vary significantly depending on where you live. For example, groceries are typically more expensive in urban areas than in rural areas. Dietary restriction is a part of the game. If you have a dietary restriction such as allergies or veganism, you may need to spend more on groceries and purchase specialty food. Budget, which is a very important part. If you have a limited budget, you may need to spend less on groceries. Shopping habits. If you tend to impulse buy or buy unhealthy foods, you may spend more on groceries. If you are looking to reduce your monthly spending on groceries, there are a few things you can do. Plan your meals ahead of time. This will help you to avoid impulse purchases and make sure you are only buying the food you need. Make a list before you go shopping. This will help you to stay focused and avoid buying unnecessary items. Shop at discounted grocery stores. There are a number of discount grocery stores that offer lower prices on groceries. Buy in bulk. If you have the space, buying in bulk can save you money on groceries. Use coupons and promo codes. And these a number of websites and there are a number of websites and apps that offer coupons, promo codes and for groceries. Grow your own vegetables. If you have a space, growing your own vegetables can save you money on groceries. By following these tips, you can reduce your monthly spending on groceries and save money. So continuous numerical data, what is your average monthly spending on groceries? Let us see a conclusion about continuous numerical data. The continuous numerical data is measured on a continuous scale and can take any value within a certain range. It's like measuring something with a ruler. In the survey, the average monthly spending on groceries is continuous numerical data. It can be a value within the certain range, say $50.3.5, $73.2.20, etc., etc. So categorical data is about grouping items into categories, which is we call them nominal, or categories with order, that is ordinal. So numerical data involves the measuring the quantities that are either distinct and countable, discrete, or continuous and measurable. So in nutshell, categorical data and numerical data, there are two categories. Firstly, discrete and nominal and ordinal. And in case of numerical, that is discrete and continuous. So in definition, for the categorical data, we can say data that falls into categories or groups. Nominal data has no inherent order, while ordinal data has a specific order to or ranking between the categories. In case of numerical data, data that represents the quantities and can be measured. Discrete data consists of distinct, separate values, while continuous data is measured on a continuous scale and can take any values within a range. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel to get more new updated videos on different topics.